Hi, it's your old buddy, comedian Cowboy Bill Martin, and I'm in my little cabin on the Carnival of Freedom out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico somewhere. Now, I wanted to come to you today and share with you a story that I typically don't tell folks, but maybe I should. And that's my testimony and my belief in God. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you've come to see my uncut, uncensored show, and you know as well as I do 5 or 6 different shows from squeaky clean to as rowdy as I want them to be. But I know what you're thinking. How can a guy like you teach us about God? And the fact is, God knows exactly what my act is like. God has kept me in this business. What you may not know is about 7 or 8 years ago, I was in my darkest moments of my life. I'd gone through a pretty ugly divorce a couple of years before that. The comedy clubs had changed their philosophy, and guys like me, pretty good acts, but just not household names, but suddenly they weren't going to use us anymore. Then Enron happened, and the financial world was collapsing, and guys like me that were also earning part of their living by doing corporate entertainment, that was gone too. And I called my dad up one day, and I said, Dad, I may have to get out of this business. And he said, why is that, son? I said, because the left side adds up more than the right side. And then, when I thought it couldn't get any worse, I get a letter from the IRS saying that they were auditing me. So I went in and got audited, and they said I owed them $6,600, which at the time could have been $1 million because I couldn't pay off either one of them. And I was low, and I just kept on praying for a miracle, kept on praying for a miracle. And then I got a call one day from a girl that I'd gone out with once before, a lady from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I was going to be in Oklahoma that weekend, and she said, well, why don't we go to lunch on Sunday afternoon? So she drove over on Sunday afternoon, and we went to the Macaroni Grill. And about 10 minutes into this lunch, we heard cling, 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 cling. And I go outside, and it is the largest hailstorm I have ever seen in my life. Biblical size, softball size hail hit my truck and every other vehicle in the parking lot. So we get in the truck, and I drive her back to the condo where her car was parked, just 1.5 miles away. Not one dent on her car. Hadn't even come through that neighborhood. And I look at my truck, and it is beat to hell. Windshield broke, everything. And as she drives off, I look up to God, and I said, God, I've been praying to you my whole life. I've been needing you so much for the last 2 years, and now I've been waiting on a miracle, and this is what you give me. You give me hail. So I went home that next day, right? And I called my buddy Graylin Johnson, and I said, Graylin, I got one payment left on this truck, and now it's beat all to hell. Now, you got to understand, that truck was the only thing I had left that I still cherished, right? And he goes, Bill, you got one payment left? And I said, yeah. And now, if I don't pay the IRS this $6,600 by Thursday, they're going to start garnishing my wages, and I don't know how I'm going to survive. And he said, Bill, if you got one payment left, make that payment on the truck, and they'll make the check out to you. I said, are you serious? And he said, yeah. So I did that, and when the insurance lady came to my driveway the next day and did the evaluation, now we're on Tuesday, she said, you want me to make the check out to the body shop? I said, no, make it out to me. And she said, okay. I said, how much is it? She said, $7,700. There was my miracle. The next day I cashed that check, and I went straight to the IRS, and I gave them their money. And it got me back to zero. And then a month later, my agent called me about coming to do a Carnival cruise ship. And again, reluctantly, I said, no, man, I don't want to do that. I heard about comics that went on a cruise ship and they were never heard of again. He said, no, Bill, it's all changed now. They have a different philosophy on their ships. And I came here, and this was a miracle. The lady that I went out with on that Sunday is my wife now, Michelle. She's a miracle. So literally, God delivered me through hell to give me 3 miracles in a day. So I'm telling you, I don't know what you're going through, but God's out there for you. Maybe he's taking you through hell right now just to deliver you through the most gracious times of your life. In the last 5 years, since this all has happened, 6 years, we now have a 1-hour special on television. They now played it on iHeartRadio, gave it the whole network dedicated to that special. My wife and I are completely out of debt, and it's all because of hell. So So I hope you get through your hell soon, and I hope you find your miracle soon, but it's out there. Keep believing, keep praying, and you'll get through it. We'll see you later.